Good evening and welcome to another edition of Sunday Night Live. Today's Sunday, April 19th, and we're here to talk about what's happening across the labor market, all things to do with job searches, hiring employers, trends shaping the future of work across both Canada and the US. I'm Mark Belash, co-founder of Guhuza, joined by Mark Anthony Jackson.
Hey
Quick intro,
guys,
Mark.
is Mark Anthony Jackson, talent and client coordinator here at Guhuza. And Mark, you are absolutely right. There's a lot happening in the market right now. And what stands out is how the market feels mixed. It's active, but it's more curious and cautious and it is more competitive than a lot of people expect. So let's dive right into that. What is the major theme, Mark?
Well, I mean, everybody's always obviously talking about AI. Big expectations, AI and hiring, and the message is like kind of coming out like you get the big shock to the system that AI is going to replace everything. But companies are being warned to not cut jobs too aggressively based on what they think AI will do. Like they actually want to see results.
A lot of companies right now are just excited about the idea of AI, and some are just moving a little too quickly on the aspect of AI without fully understanding the legal, the ethical, and the hiring risks that come with it, right?
Yeah, and like there's all that going on, but I've seen these types of things over the years, and I think back to, showing my age here, but 2001 where there was the dot-com bubble, and it was like everything went into dot com, every dot com this, dot com that, and it was going to change the whole world, and then it kind of like it was a bubble, and it just kind of collapsed. I mean, who knows? I mean, we're all using ChatGPT and otherwise to other, AI to do that, but in the world of business, it things don't happen just like turning on and off a light switch, right?
Yeah, but the reality is AI is already speeding up early stages of hiring, screening, and candidate conversations, like what we do with Guhuza, getting
Yeah,
people to connect quicker. So the real problem is that speed without transparency can create a whole set of issues.
exactly. Yeah, you gotta be aware, and there's lots of new things that are coming out with lawsuits and what information is being shared, what's available, what should be available. Like it's gonna be interesting to see what happens over the next probably 2 to 3 years when things start really stabilizing it.
And once candidates feel that they're being filtered out unfairly without explanation, that's when the trust and the problems just start multiplying over and over and over
That's
again.
right.
We've seen it before, Mark. We see it again and again.
That's it. That's it. So market-wise, seeing some positive signals. Staffing activity, temp jobs have picked up slightly. There was a rebound last year towards the end of the year, but at the same time, growth is still modest. I mean, it's 2% in temp staffing, which isn't really a booming market, and many employers are still cautious, and some are slowing hiring, restructuring teams. We heard some layoffs again this week. So it's a choppy market. How does that sound?
Hey, but you made a good point though. It's not completely frozen. There's still activity going on, still hiring, moving into the temp positions, the contract positions. There's still a lot happening, but it's happening more selectively.
Yeah. And I think you and I talked about this before, but there's a million first interviews that happen every
Mhm.
day in North America. And so you think, oh, is that all going to just disappear because AI's here? Like, no, yeah, maybe go down to 950, maybe 900, maybe less, but there's still hundreds of thousands of interviews, hundreds of thousands of jobs every single day.
Hey, jobs are still there. The interviews are still happening. It just might be taking a little bit longer to review, and the employers are just being more careful with who they're going to bring on. They're being more deliberate.
Totally.
It,
Yeah. And we've talked about this before with like new grads
ooh,
really
that's
having
true.
challenges, right?
Oh,
A lot of these jobs that were done by new grads before, if you think about them, are being automated. Even like say a grocery store that has self-checkouts, and I mean those things have been around for a long time. But I remember seeing like even Amazon store or something where you just basically fill up your cart and you just leave, and it'll automatically calculate how much it is. So all these retail clerks, all these grocery store clerks who are cashiers, are they going to be around? And those are a lot of, kind of new grad students. It's tough that way.
from everyone that I've been speaking to, a lot of my friends are new grads. They're all kind of it's kind of becoming a mind shift right now where they're becoming more flexible on the pay, the type of role, the timing, just to get in the door, just to get some experience out of the way. That like I don't know if you've seen it too, Mark, but it really does feel like a mind shift for candidates right now.
Yeah,
They're less wanting this, and that, and more wanting something, really. Anything.
yeah. I mean, for people that are watching and they're saying, "Well, what do we do? What do I do?" I'm like, embrace it, right? Embrace AI, embrace technology, like do some research. Like, there's never been a better time really to like learn about this stuff, like right from the comfort of your computer, from your TV, like right in your home, right from your phone, like to, watch videos, like find out what people are doing, learn, ask questions. It's really not that hard, right? I mean, it's around. Sometimes I find that asking the questions is harder than just what do I do? It's just where do I start?
Nice. And security is what matters to these people right now. They want a job, they want to feel secure. And that's really why speed matters in the whole grand scheme of things, and why getting in front of an actual employer to explain who you are, what you can do, what you offer is something that can make a real difference. Don't you find so, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, there's never a replacement for that human contact. I mean, we built
Exactly.
Guhuza. You've talked about this before, but we've built Guhuza knowing that there's a human element to it. It's not replacing, like Guhuza doesn't replace the human contact, but we just feel like you need that human contact to do that. But whereas, I mean, and what's challenging is like the number of candidates that are just sending out their resume to all kinds of places, probably never getting seen for the most part, and all of a sudden you've got a inundation of like these recruiters are inundated with resumes from candidates that are applying just because it's so easy to do that.
Too true.
So, uh, you asked me a surprise question last week.
Oh no.
You caught me. So I'm going to ask you a surprise question this week. But
Okay, okay,
it's an easy one. I know
okay.
you're a foodie, so this one's easy. What's your favorite food? Go.
Oh my God, that's so many options, Mark. You can't open it up that wide. My favorite food, I think my favorite food is something that my mom makes, and we call it macaroni pie. It's essentially mac and cheese. It's essentially mac and cheese, but made into a pie. And when I tell you, Mark, I need to get you some of this because this is some of the best food in the world. You sometimes they add corn to it. And then you have it with some meat on the side. So it's a little macaroni pie with some stewed chicken and some callaloo, which is just a mix up of all the different types of vegetables. Oh,
Very
Mark, you
nice.
surprised me with that one. Thank you for that question.
I know you like the food stuff. So,
Mark, I even have some of it right here. I bought
oh, there
some
you go.
today. I trust and believe. I come prepared.
There you go. Don't keep it too far from your desk, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay, so Thursdays, you got your. Why don't you talk about Thursdays, like your 2 o'clock Eastern time?
Yes, so if you don't know already, every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I host a live open house where we just kind of talk. We go through what's happening in the labor market, what candidates are seeing, and what employers are really looking for. It's an open forum that we use to discuss and interact with everyone, where anyone could ask questions. People could ask me questions, I could ask you questions. It's a nice way to really understand from a grand scheme of things what is really happening in the market. So I want to sell everyone. Join in. It's fantastic. It's a great event, and we have some fun.
That's awesome. So the link will be in the comments, and recruiters are also welcome too. So you don't just
Mm,
have to be
definitely.
somebody searching for a job. Recruiters, employers, like it's interactive and really great opportunity to talk to people. So overall, lots of movement. AI hiring is a bit cautious. Candidates need to be more proactive. Um, it, it's not an easy market, but definitely opportunities still there if you adapt. And
I
also, yeah, sorry, Mark.
I was gonna say I think that the biggest takeaway is that the market is there's still opportunities available for people. There's still opportunities out there in the market. But people have to move with more intention. You need to know what you want to do. You need to understand the space before you get into the space.
Absolutely. Uh, Final note. we're excited to share that Guhuza has been named a finalist in a major staffing industry competition in Europe. It's going to be
Mm.
winner is going to be announced in our category in May, and it'd be great if we won, of course. But it's great to see the platform getting kind of traction globally and really, talking to people and being able to connect with people. We'll be looking forward to that. So
I could tell you that we're just not solving a local issue in Toronto or in Austin or in Miami. We're trying to solve something global, something that everyone's experiencing, right, Mark?
yeah, I mean, for job seekers, just upload your resume on Guhuza, get pinged for a live interview. Like they don't even have to apply. It's not a job board. You don't have to apply. You don't have to do anything. Just upload your resume, get pinged when there's a job that matches your background that you can interview live right on the platform. I mean, how easy is that? Right? I
Solves the
mean,
problem for
really,
everyone.
it's so easy. It's so easy. So, all right. Any other final thoughts before we wrap it up for the night, Mark?
Oh, it sounds like we went over everything that we really needed to go over, Mark. This week has been a fantastic week. We've been troubleshooting on the back end with Guhuza. I don't know if you want to share a little bit to people. We've been all doing a lot. We've been doing a lot to try and upgrade the platform.
Yeah, always constant every day, every week, every month. This week coming up, where we're gonna do some pretty cool stuff as well, and yeah, always making some improvements every day, just a little bit better. Just getting like making that platform a little tiny bit better every day.
And it
So
only gets better with more people as well. Hey,
more people,
help us help you.
join the Gahoozin community as we
Exactly.
change the way recruiting happens. So, all right, have a great week, Mark,
Hey,
and
you too.
we will chat next Sunday night again.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Well, great week, not weekend.
Great week.
A great week to you, Mark, and everyone else. Let's enjoy a great week and join on Gahuza.
Take care. Have a great one.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.